Okay. Hello out there. We're getting ready here to have a live broadcast. Welcome to the North American Better Center's live broadcast. I'm waiting for Sharon and Lynn to come here. Lynn's coming. Give me a text on my phone if you can hear me good, would you? If somebody can just give me a quick text. We're testing it real quick here just to make sure it's good. I think Tasha's leaves are really piled up in that. I didn't look at it this morning. But I'm waiting to get a text here. For those of you watching, Dr. Lynn Rogers, Sharon Harrell, and Scott Edgett. We got one from Kathy saying she hears us good. So right now, Lynn and Sharon, we want to welcome everybody and we'll make a wave out there, Dr. Rogers.
Yep, hi.
Wave to the camera up there.
I got to get with it here.
We're having a moment of just visiting because we don't get to see each other a lot these days.
I wondered if that electric fence was turned off with you standing so close to it.
It is off. The electric fence is off, right?
It is off.
Sharon took...
Okay, it'd be a shocking event, wouldn't it?
Yeah, right.
And I grab you right away. You want me to grab the fence and then you?
And you look taller, so
No.
you look taller than usual.
Anyway, we come to you live from the North American Bear Center today to have a little bit of fun and then to give you some news. The first thing we want to talk about is we got a big date coming up, which is Give to the Max Date.
Oh, okay.
And that's coming up real soon. What's that date, Sharon?
We're going to start just before midnight on November 17th and then go all the way around the clock until November 18th.
Well, we'll be back at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's true. But you can give all night.
Yes, you can. And we got to remember that early giving is still given drawings for the daily golden tickets. And I know we're up pretty good. We're well over $6,000 right now, which is a great job out there. But early giving continues until the 17th, correct?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
He said thank you.
Twice.
Yeah, grunt a little.
But
anyway, it's always fun to have Dr. Rogers, my buddy, and Sharon out here, my buddy. And we're having a little fun. I know Spencer's coming, too. He's really dressing up because he thinks it's really cold out. Oh, he's bringing Lynn's jacket, maybe. That's nice. But anyway, Give to the Max is a very, very big day. Our goal is going to be $40,000 this year. We're going to try and beat last year's figure, and it's going to be a good mountain to climb, but we're going to go for it. And that's all going toward our bear enclosures again because, as everybody probably experiences, expenses are going up, and that's just going to pay for a portion of the new bear enclosures and the redesign of all that. So we'll be talking more about that as it goes, and we're going to have some really cool special guests, too. We got some good guests lined up. Very unusual guests compared to what you're used to. Naturally, we'll have Dr. Rogers there.
Oh, you were scaring me.
Oh, no. But we're going to have some fun guests, and we'll give you a little hint on that as time goes on. But today, why we're here is over the last few years, Sharon, you can step up here in front of Lynn and I, because she's short, or just a little shorter than Lynn and I. And Spencer can come into the group, too. Over the last few years, Sharon will tell you, and Lynn will tell you, and Spencer, that we've been dealing with some situations with Ted's teeth. And he's been getting a fair amount of abscesses out over the time, correct?
Several years.
Over the last several years, and they've treated him with antibiotics many, many times. And it's came to the point to where we don't want to see Ted go through this anymore with having those teeth issues, and we don't want to see him experiencing these abscesses all the time. With the great veterinary crew that we got in the University of Minnesota down in the Twin Cities, we're going to take Ted on a little trip. And that trip is going to be to the University of Minnesota Veterinarians Clinic dental staff, correct?
Correct.
And that is going to be this Friday when he's going to get his dental work done down there. And for those of you out there that thought maybe I was going in a different direction, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to maybe you were thinking bad things. We got to get his teeth fixed. And I have had this happen before with dogs, and some of you out there have had it with animals too. Their teeth can get pretty bad, and they can get pretty miserable. And I think with Ted's abscesses where We don't want to see him go through a winter like this at all, do we?
Just to let you know that we've been fighting these abscesses with Ted all summer and into the fall, and it continues now. Many of you have seen me maybe touch or look under his chin. Um, this year it's been pretty bad, and we're trying very, very hard to work with all the staffs included. And let me reassure you, because I'm the most worried person here, that we have 100 plus faith in the doctors. They have done at the U of M, University of Minnesota, not Michigan, at the U of M, that they have done extraordinary care of not only the bears at the Como Zoo, at the Minnesota Zoo, but all around, other than the giraffes, gorillas, beluga whales. um, I have 100% confidence that Ted's going to be fine. The grizzly bear was 25 years old that got his teeth pulled, and he did well. So please be confident that we're doing everything possible in not only our care, but our veterinarian choices, that Ted will be fine through this.
So what it'll be, Dr. Rogers, is tomorrow at about 11 o'clock, we're going to load Ted up in a pen that we borrowed from the Minnesota Zoo, and they were grateful and allowed us to borrow that from them. And we have a great crew that went down there and picked it up and brought it here. We'll load him up tomorrow. The cameras will be off because we've been asked. They don't want to be on camera in any way, make, or form while they're doing all this. Sherm will coax Ted into the nice kennel that we've got. He'll be slightly sedated during that period, very slightly sedated. And then they will head down there. And he'll be accompanied with a veterinarian from up here who is an excellent vet. She's regularly with Ted, correct?
Oh, I was just thinking about the trip. Is this an enclosed vehicle? Oh, no way.
Yes, he'll be in his kennel and then put into an enclosed vehicle.
Right.
Just let me say, for you folks that are going to say a kennel, this is a certified bear cage that they transport not only bears but gorillas and other large mammals in. So he is perfectly secure in this.
Yes, he's got access to water. He's got access to food. They can't really feed him because he is going to have this is the real deal. He's going to be, they got a whole full anesthesiology team that's going to be there. So they monitor his heart rate. They don't guess at what they're giving him. They give him the exact amount of what he should have while he's being put under while they're working on his teeth. Friday morning at roughly 8:30, they'll be working on his teeth. Once he gets done with that dental work and his full physical, of course.
Oh, make sure that they judge the dose not on his full weight, but on his lean weight.
Yes, and that's a good point, and I don't think we have to worry about that because I think that even with a beluga whale that they put to sleep for a while they did teeth work on that, I think that's pretty. I think they know kind of they go by their heart rate and their breathing, is what I've been told.
But
so they'll know exactly what to do.
I found this out early in my study. You don't drug them according to how much they weigh, but how much their lean weight is.
And that is a good point, and I'll make sure that I tell them that. I will. And that's a good point, and that was in your studies. Right. So the bottom line is Ted's going to be got the dental work done. He will be returning back to the North American Bear Center the evening, Friday evening. We don't know what time. We don't know. I can't even begin to tell you what time that'll be. At that point, once he's back here, the cameras will be shut down for a brief period. And then once he's back in his pen, immediately, we'll turn it back on. And then you'll be able to see Ted with the night vision PTZ that we've got, or we'll light it up so that you can see him. But he's going to be a new bear. I can tell you that I've had dogs that had horrendous teeth, and they're like teenagers again. They just turn into the energy level. They don't have that poison in them anymore. And we just wanted to make sure we were taking care of Ted and we were being transparent with everybody out there. We've been working on these moves for some time now, just to make sure that we had everything in line and everything was careful and correct. And we are really excited to have this group of people that are working on Ted, and they're very excited to work on Ted. Like he was telling me yesterday, the doctor from the U of M, he said, he said, this is going to be a fun bear. We know how popular he is, and we want to get him taken care of and have nice smiling teeth for when the guests come to see him. So he might have better teeth than us, Lynn.
Just so he can chew.
Well, you can't chew with bad teeth. So you can only chew what you can chew. I have dogs that would eat hard dog food and bones with no teeth. And I don't know how they do it, but they didn't seem to be bothered by it, I'll tell you that. But Ted is a special bear. All of our bears are special, but Ted has a special heart. Cindy, his owner, who raised Ted and did such a fantastic job with him, has been made well aware of this all along. She is very, very happy and excited to know that everything's being taken care of properly and followed through correctly. I'll bring up that point when I talk to the doctors tomorrow. We'll give you updates as we find them. I'll give them to one of the moderators or somebody, and they can put it on Facebook, or Sharon could do that as we find out factual information. We do ask that you don't try not to bother Sharon too much, because she's going to know what she's going to know from what I know and from what they tell us. They did say that they will be up to date, updating me regularly on how Ted's doing. And like I said, our vet, Ted's vet, is going down there with him to be with the surgical team that's taking care of the teeth, the dental surgical team. It's like going to the orthodontist is what it is, basically. Mm-hmm. No, nothing to worry about. He's going to be great. They're not concerned one bit. They've had bears older than him that they've done this to before. A brown bear. How old was that brown bear? 25 years old in that, and it's just amazing what they can do nowadays. It really is. But that's the kind of information we wanted to bring to you. We want to let you know we're being as transparent as we can. I think they knew all along that he had some abscesses going on too, so that's not really a surprise, right? Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I can't think of anything. Whenever we're talking here, I just want to say thank you.
Well, look at them and tell them. Hey, where are you going with that camera up there? We're over here. The camera just went off us. Who's operating that camera?
I must have said the wrong thing.
I thought you even combed your hair.
Yeah.
Hey, get that camera back over here. Boy, those operators, I'll tell you, we sure appreciate them, though, don't we?
Thank you.
Thanks for what you guys do there. I'm sure that camera just had a mind of its own there for a minute. Right, don't you? But Spencer, is there anything you want to say? I know you've been involved in Ted's deal too.
I was just looking at the chat and what people were saying when we're talking to them, and there's a lot of support out there. Everyone's giving Ted some, but they're getting answered by those mods that we have, and they're listening and everything. They apologize for the cam mix-up, Ronky, so it's all good. But yeah, there's a lot of people logging on to see the broadcast, and a lot of them are sending lots of prayers and thoughts to Ted for his appointment and everything. So that's good to see that everybody's supporting. And yeah, like you said, I mean, we're just real excited that he has the best care staff assembled, and they'll get the job done.
Did they say how good Dr. Lynn Rogers looks?
Those comments were right away.
Did they forget that?
I can't scroll that far back, but those were the first comments. Yeah.
We got to do that, right? But no. You're good. But it's always good to see him. I know you went through some struggles early with some heart situations, and that's all good. And you look better, and you're perky, and you're fun, and we can't complain, can we?
I can't help but be fun with you guys.
Well, in times where everybody out there is maybe going to get a little bit of concern going on about Ted, or I always like to call it drama, but that's just me. But I always do that just for fun anyway. But don't be concerned. Ted will be good. He's got great care. He's got a vet that's riding down with him and another animal lover that's driving. And believe me, we're lucky to have the people we've got up here that really care. And then we got Dr. Rogers, who cares immensely.
When you say don't get concerned, me and Sharon can't help it.
You'll get over it. That's why they make that CBD oil.
No, not for me.
It actually worked the opposite on Sharon and me, too. I tried it out. But we want to thank everybody for joining this live broadcast. It's always fun to get together with these guys. And we're going to be together on the 17th at about 11 o'clock, 11:30 it is. And then the 18th is Give to the Max Day, and we're going to be together most of the day that day. And Ted will be back. He'll be all happy. He'll be smiling. You know, he's going to look like teeth like Paul Newman, for those of you out there that know Paul Newman, right?
I hope so. It's just that I'll be very happy when it's all done and everything's okay.
And he don't have those abscesses no more. You know how much miserable that must be?
I'm glad that we're trying to relieve him of pain.
Yes. Yes, and that poison in your body isn't good to have. And you can only give somebody so many antibiotics, you know, and
we might have to take fewer drugs after we fix this.
That's what I'm thinking. How about you?
I'm thinking that also.
All righty. And we want to say hi to everybody out there. Again, we want to thank our pond chatters, our moderators, all of our volunteers, our interns that were here. We want to thank Dr. Rogers for taking time out of his day, who's got busy days now, writing his book and doing multiple other things. Sharon for being here. I know she wouldn't have it any other way to be here with Ted. And she'll be the one coaxing Ted into his kennel. So I told her this morning, I said, this is on your shoulders to get him in there, into the bear, or whatever you want to call it. I call it a kennel, but it's actually a cage. But he's gonna be well taken care of, and he's actually going to be pretty happy way down to the Twin Cities. He gets to be a traveling bear.
Yeah, he is going to travel, and he will be slightly sedated on his trip, just so he can relax.
I'll be surprised if I hear it goes really good getting him into the cage, because he's not really that active now.
Oh, he was up and bouncing this morning when we brought the cage back there. You look like Bouncing Bear. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, thanks out there to everybody, and thanks for your prayers and your concerns and everything. And just know that we have been very, very careful on each step of this. And the University of Minnesota staff and all of them are looking forward to seeing Ted and helping out in any way they can. And Dr. Rogers is going to say his famous last words.
I just want to say I'm thankful that we have such a good team here at the Bear Center, and that they have connected us to some of the top people in the world to do this kind of work. And I, we care so much about Ted that I can't help but feel anxiety. But I know that, if it'll relieve pain, reduce his medicine, that's all to the good and worth, I believe, what we're doing.
And we don't get better, believe me, we don't get a better signature on that than you. With all your bear studies that you've done over the years and all your history and everything you've done, Lynn.
I know some of the things can happen. That's what makes me concerned. But I just am glad that we got top people doing it.
Well, in today's world and age, I can understand concern on that stuff, but they really do amazing stuff nowadays compared to what they did 10 years ago. I mean, really amazing stuff. But again, and I also want to say, you just reminded me of something. I want to say thanks to Grant Spiegelmeyer from the Wolf Center. I want to say thank you to the Minnesota Zoo. I want to say thank you to the Duluth Zoo. I want to say thank you to Sean and Kristen. I want to say thank you to the University of Minnesota and the doctors there. We got some amazing doctors, veterinarians that have been doing this for years. The Ely Vet Clinic, obviously, we want to say thank you to them. And we want to say thank you to all you supporters out there that have given this year bear food, bear donations, and bear help, because Ted appreciates it and all the bears appreciate it. Yeah. And then we want to say thank you to Sharon for running to Michigan and back, and going to stay here through Give to the Max. And we can go on and on with the thank yous, but our volunteers ultimately, and our pond chatters, our moderators, the lily pad picnic group that really did excellent in another year that was weird where we couldn't have a picnic, still got a great donation from them. Every dollar of donations helps us, doesn't it?
We're dependent on so many people to make this education and care of the bears a success.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you all the time.
Yeah, and our volunteer staff is just amazing. It really is. I got to talk to one of our volunteers on the way here this morning, and we talk about the broadcasts or different things in life, and it's really neat to know that we've got friends out there. Friends.
Oh, right.
They're just friends.
Right. Yeah.
And they are friends of the Bears and friends of Dr. Lynn Rogers and Sharon. And we can't thank you enough, right, Spencer? Huh?
Right.
Yeah. And then we got Spencer. He's looking at his phone. Any questions yet?
They did comment, and everyone says Doc looks good.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
They also said it takes a village to get stuff like this done, which I think
it does. It really does.
I combed my hair. I shaved. I did everything.
And I think that
nice
you look good. And
Thank
so,
you, Carolyn, for loaning your coat.
So I guess you got to say your signature close.
Right.
What is it?
It's me, Bear.
There we go. So signing off, we'll be back on live probably next week to let you know how Ted is doing. Maybe we can even get Sharon soon to go on chat and discuss stuff as we find out on Friday morning. And it'll be Friday morning Central Time. Ted goes in sometime around probably 9:30. He will arrive there early. And they've watched him on camera, so they know how important he is. Just so you guys all know that, they've been watching Ted ever since we started talking about this on that camera. And that's because you guys put the camera on Ted, and they're like, boy, he's really popular, ain't he? And I said, beyond popular. I said, he's our signature bear. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Right.
And Cindy, we thank you for Ted.
Lucky's the fun bear and all like that.
Yep.
But Ted is the one that people love.
And then we got Tasha out here buried in leaves. And we got Holly. Has she been out? She's been pretty much hiding now. She's decided still to take over that den that Tasha dug. So and I guess Tasha's saying that's fine. I'll stay in this one and pile a bunch of leaves up in front of my, they look like oak leaves. Where do we get them? Huh. Interesting. Anyway, you guys all have a great day, and we'll be signing back on within the next few days. We'll post on our website when we're going to be on live next. And we thank all the volunteers again and the pond chat moderators and everybody that's out there. Thanks again, and have a great rest of the day. Bye now.
Thank you.